Welcome to the Adaptive Minds podcast. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Adaptive Minds podcast. My name is Nick Boudreau, and today I have with me one of the hottest working real estate agents here in Ventura County and LA, Mr. Michael Ketching. What's going on, dude?
Nick, what's up, my man?
How are you today, dude?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. I'm breathing. It could be worse.
That's good. Thanks for coming out and doing this.
Thanks for inviting me, man.
So let's dive right into it. Let's talk some real estate. Okay. All right. What's going on today?
It's changing.
For sure.
That's fact. We've seen quite a dip. The market in the recent past, I would say maybe up until about 3 months ago, was unbelievably high.
Yeah.
Unbelievably high. We kind of saw something start to come because we knew there was so limited inventory. When summertime rolls around, a lot of people start to get more motivated to sell.
Why is that? I've always wondered that.
I don't know.
I don't know. But is it because kids are out of school and they can move?
School has something to do with it for sure.
What the hell's going on there? Why is it always summer?
I think it's school.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say school. I can't give you a definitive answer, but
there might not be a perfect answer.
It could be a multitude of things.
Right.
But anyways, like when I sold your parents' house, we knew something was gonna come because you sold, before the summer came.
Right before.
Right. And when summer came, sure shit, tons of people start listing their homes. So what happens, interest rates are still very low. So money's very cheap to borrow. And when that's the case and there's more to choose from, buyers start to get a lot of leverage.
Right.
And sellers start scratching left and right saying, how the hell are we going to get a buyer in this house? Do we have to make the house perfect? Do we got to do this? Do we got to do that? But like I said, more and more inventory started to come up, and buyers just started getting extremely picky.
Yeah.
So homes just stopped selling, like completely just stopped selling. We hit a total dead spot.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I feel we're at right now. Dude, we had a house. It's a past client of ours. It's a senior community investment property. That's $369,000. That should have sold in an hour. Took us 2.5 months.
Yeah.
We had 50 showings, not a single offer.
Whoa.
Not a single offer. Usually, when you have like 10 showings and not an offer, something's wrong.
Right.
We had 50 and not a single offer, and that's when you knew, okay, something changed.
Wow.
For sure.
So knowing what you know now, do you think my parents listed at the right time?
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah,
dude, 100%.
Because you kind of pressured them into listing then. Because remember, like, maybe we'll wait until long. You're like, no, we got to get this shit on the market now. No.
There's a house down the road from you. They priced at $780. Now they're down to $760.
No way. Yeah. See.
There you go.
So yeah, and one thing I underestimated with selling the house was how much prep work goes into it.
There's a lot.
Getting that shit ready. Dude.
Well, moving is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Cleanliness for sure. I mean, that's obvious. You want to tidy up the house, but that's the easy part. I mean, I just sold my own house last year. There's a shit ton of stuff you got to do.
Dude, you don't think about it though.
No,
like, you just
don't even think about it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, when you start to move, then you really realize how much stuff you have in your house and how much of it is just shit.
Right. Seriously.
And you got to pack it.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people are like, what do realtors really do? And it's like, you are the middle person. You're scheduling all the, inspections that need to be done, doing all the paperwork, finding buyers, showing. I mean, it's a lot of work.
There's a lot for sure. I think sometimes it's pretty thankless.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look, I'm not going to tell you anything and everything that's going on from the other side. Shit, your parents' house almost fell out 3 times.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't tell them that.
No. But we had that shitty offer, remember?
That was so dumb.
Yeah.
That was so stupid. But there's a lot that goes into, your everyday transaction that I'm not going to tell you because I just freak you out.
Right.
I
got kind of scared with the termites. Right? I was like, oh, shit. Because we had no idea we had them like that. Yeah. So like that kind of shit. And if I was a buyer, I'd be like, ooh, that's what kind of ruffles the waters a little bit.
Well, there's another thing you got to negotiate as an agent.
Yeah, same.
So, I mean, it starts obviously from price. Then it goes into terms, how long you want the escrow. You can even negotiate something as small as a deposit. whether it be $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, depending on the price point, what's, pretty customary.
Yeah.
Negotiations can go anywhere from, the final walkthrough where the buyers are making sure that the property is in consistent condition with when it was when they made the offer to, a deposit.
Right.
Anything and everything in between then is usually negotiable and something that, we take care of. So it's a lot.
For sure.
It's a lot.
More than I realized.
It's pretty thankless, especially when it gets, I don't want to say like when you get like super emotionally connected, because I try not to.
Right.
Like my house is probably like the hardest thing I've ever done. Not just because it was my own house, but because I wound up representing the buyer too.
Right.
And when the buyer found out this is my own damn house, guard went straight up. Because now he thinks, well, shit, I just told this kid he'd represent me, but now I figure out he was representing his fucking parents.
Right.
I'm fucked.
pretty much, dude.
Right.
But it's kind of a weird thing when you sell your own house, though, don't you think? You lived there a long time.
Yeah, dude. We built that. We didn't build it, but we bought that house on raw dirt.
Yeah.
So we bought it. We were the first owners. So, like, the first couple showings were pretty strange, like being able to show them, like, my own house.
Yeah. I'm sure you know a lot about it.
I showed the shit out of that house. I knew anything and everything about the house.
That's for sure.
But, it got to a point where we actually opened up escrow at full price in a week.
Right.
But the buyers had to pull out because they got laid off from their job.
Right.
So
I remember you telling me that, actually.
Right. So after that, I was like, okay, fuck the showings. I just want to sell this stupid thing.
Unload it, dude. Unload it. It's weird for me to see my childhood home gone too. Like, it's bugging me. Even so, like, I still have dreams of them there. It's kind of weird. I tell you, like, I wake up, I'm like, damn, dude, I was
at your old house. Yeah,
I was a River Grove like that. It still kind of bugs me, So that's something I never expected to happen.
I love that house, dude.
Yeah, it was nice. We did a lot to it.
Dude, your parents did a lot of good stuff to it.
They were the second owner, but I think it was built in 90, and they bought
93.
Yeah,
92.
Someone was there. I want to say a year or so,
only a year or so,
and then it's been them.
Yeah.
So it's weird for me to think that someone else is living there.
The people that bought it were so cool.
I never met them, but I read their letter.
They were so cool,
which is good. So I'm sure they're going to use it.
Talk about real estate. Something funny. They came from, I guess, the outskirts of Cleveland. Okay. They had a 6,000 something square foot house on the lake. The backyard actually backed up to the lake, like on the water.
Damn.
6 something beds. They sold it for $289,000.
Nothing, dude.
Talk about California real estate.
Yeah. Peanuts.
You drop that here, that's a $12 million house.
Yeah, and they just had to pay 3 times what they sold for.
They literally did.
Yeah.
For a house in Moore Park.
Yeah.
Granted, it's a beautiful house.
Right.
I love the house. You guys did such an amazing job to it.
Yeah, it had good style, good flow. They did a lot of work to it, though. Like, it's weird when we were moving to find old pictures. Like, it doesn't even look like our house.
Oh, yeah, dude.
The backyard was all grass.
Yeah.
They laid all the concrete, did all that stuff, and designed it how they wanted. And shit, it came out nice, So today, that still kind of bugs me, but hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's
not
gone.
A lot.
Yeah, which is weird because I would drive down Terre Haute every day. To go home. And now it's like, I know. Right. And I never thought we'd be back in Moore Park so soon. And when this place popped up, we rolled in.
Yeah, you made a quick turnaround.
Yeah, because I went to see me for 3 months and straight here.
Yep.
So, damn. But yeah, like you said, we've had a kind of a turn in the market, So what are you doing right now to stay on top of that?
Real estate never crashes. It's just what side of it you want to be on.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I think right now is a perfect time to sell just because you know where the market's going. So you don't want to wait too long.
Right.
And right now is also a perfect time to buy because interest rates are very low.
Yeah.
There's still a solid amount of inventory even though school's back in. There's buyers are starting to get a lot of power. It's kind of like right in that happy medium time right now. So I think where market's headed, at least if you want to be an agent, is try and find a lot of buyers.
Yeah.
But the most important thing when you're trying to find buyers is, you gotta look at what buyers want. What do they want? Not agents. They don't want me.
No.
So what I got to do is give them what they want. They want homes.
Right.
So buyers want. Right. So if I'm trying to find a lot of buyers, I'm just going to try and figure out a way to show the buyers what they want.
What's the hardest thing about that?
I think the hardest part about wording your marketing that way, or marketing that way, is the wording.
Yeah.
You know, because anybody and everybody in real estate is telling you, call me. Nobody wants to fucking call you.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to call you.
Right.
They just want what they want.
Yeah, that's true.
Give them what they want. Separate yourself, but if you can do it in a way where you kind of start to lead them towards your website, right? Where they start to see you. That's where you're going to start to get more traction, more business, because it's very unintrusive, I guess. You know, I mean, you ever walk into a store, you know exactly what you're looking for, and somebody walks up to you, hey, do you need help looking for anything? No. Okay. Are you going to buy anything? No.
Right.
You know, you walk in, you walk out, shit.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wants to talk to anybody anymore.
Nope.
Nobody wants to make a call. And nobody wants to put in their emails anymore. You know, nobody wants to do anything like that. So I think the most important thing is just wording it in a way where it's not intrusive, but still giving them what they want.
Right.
I could probably go for anything.
Yeah, I think so. So you've been doing real estate for how long now?
Coming up on 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Right. And you told me something one time that was like, everybody knows a realtor. You know?
Dude, like 40.
Right. So how do you stand out in today?
That's a really good question. I think the best way to stand out is to, create relationships.
Yeah. That's what, like us, you know?
It's just creating relationships. Because anybody and everybody can have a billboard.
Right.
Right.
Or a shopping cart fucking ad.
Exactly. A fucking shopping cart. Yeah, I'm getting like 3 calls a week. Right? Hey, you want to be on the shopping cart? Hey, you want to be a Domino's pizza box?
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
For that?
Nobody cares. The best form of advertising is referrals.
Yes.
Word of mouth. That's the best form of advertising. How do you get good at getting referrals? Make a lot of friends.
Yeah. For sure.
Again, that's just not even real estate. That's for anything.
Right. That's why when my parents were like, where do you sell his house? I'm like, I know the guy. You know? That was it. And we talked about it in the past because they kind of mentioned it, stuff like that. So I knew it.
Best way to do it.
For sure. Today.
Any day.
Yeah. I think in the past, billboards used to work, though. Or like you would get little like ledgers, or what I'm talking about, and people would have their shit
nobody
on
had
it.
cell phones.
Some guy came and was knocking on my door and gave me salt. Have you seen that guy?
Gave you salt?
Salt.
What kind of salt? Like some Himalayan salt?
No, not even. Cheap fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Some iodized salt, and he had like if you list with me, I take like 10% off if you keep this salt can. Yeah, and I was like, I guess he's trying. But salt,
he's creative,
right?
I've never seen that. That's pretty creative.
So,
hey, shit, man, fuck it if it works.
You are definitely one of the hardest working agents I've seen today. You're still out there door knocking.
Thank you.
Handing it, and your results have shown. You've listed a lot of houses.
Yeah, we've knocked out quite a few.
And I see your awards you've won. Let's talk about that. Like when you became your agent, why did you settle with the agency you did?
Actually, it's funny. My mom's best friend works at my office.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I was at a point in my life where I had dropped out of college. I was playing baseball, walked on as an absolute nobody because the college here cut their baseball program. So I had to walk on somewhere else and made it.
Yeah? Where'd you go?
I went to COC.
College of Canyons?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Moore Park cut their program.
Huh.
I was accepted into, the coach at Westmont wanted me, but shit, I didn't get into the school. So I had to go to Moore Park.
That's another story.
Yeah, right. It's another story. But I was going to go to Moore Park, but they cut the fucking program the year I was going to go. So that sent me either to Ventura or College of the Canyons in Valencia. So I'm like, oh shit, Valencia's cool. So I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
Walked on as an absolute nobody. They didn't even know my name. Made it. But, I dropped out of school to build a business. I wound up just stopped playing baseball too. So I tried building this business, made some money, but it just wasn't working. And I was like trying to make it work, and this probably lasted me about 1.5 years, where I was just sitting at home, doing like Skype calls like overseas, trying to like make it work.
Yeah.
It's just not working. So my parents like, dude, you gotta fucking do something, bud.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, shit, dude, fucking no. Like I'm 18, 19, maybe 20 at the time. So my mom's. We had a party at my house. My mom's best friend was like, "Hey, get your real estate license, take you on to the company, teach you all the stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, sounds great." But one thing I did learn in that business that I built was to copy the people that have what you want.
Interesting.
Straight up.
Right.
So what I learned was pretty much everybody that had what I want, which is time freedom, money freedom, just spiritual, just overall freedom, right?
Okay.
That's what I want. They all had something to do with real estate. Every single one of them. So I said, well, shit, you know what? Might not be a bad idea to get on the agency side, at least, learn the language, make some money, and then kind of turn it over into the investing in that side. So eventually I got my real estate license, and I did one deal with, under the guidance of my mom's best friend. It was just a disaster. It was such a mess.
Was it like an apprenticeship kind of thing, or just kind of?
Dude, you're in real estate, like you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you do a deal, you're doing a fucking deal.
Right.
And dude, it was just such a mess. It was such a disaster.
Did it kind of turn you off to real estate?
No, it didn't turn me off to real estate because I knew what I wanted, and it all has something to do with real estate. So I mean, the disaster of that never really turned me off to the business. It just made me want to learn, like, how do I not do this again?
Right.
How do I get better from this?
It was that bad?
It was awful. It was terrible. It was my sister's, like, really close friend. She was buying her first house, and the thing almost fell out 4 times. And by the grace of God, dude, I knew the CEO of the mortgage company that my buyer was getting a loan from.
Okay.
And dude, I'm not gonna bash anybody, but I had a call and said, "Yo, Bill, you gotta help me out, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta figure something out." So it took a week, and I get the other agent call me, "Dude, we're gonna cancel. We're gonna cancel. We're gonna cancel. We're gonna cancel." Of course, I'm not telling my buyer this.
Well, of course not. Freak them out.
Exactly right. So I'm telling Nikki, like, I'm working on it. I'm trying to do best I can. I got the CEO involved. Like, we're trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm telling the other agent this too. So eventually it all worked out. We closed the deal, the whole thing. But after that, I really wanted to go out, pound the doors.
That's what you do. You hit it hard, dude.
Pound the doors, make the phone calls, and dude, she just wasn't doing it. She just wasn't having it. So again, by the grace of God, I had some dude come into Pinnacle, and I get a call from my broker's name is Sean. So I answer the phone, like, "Hey, what's going on, Sean?" He's like, "Hey, Michael, how's it going?" I'm like, "Good, Sean, what's going on?" He said, "Hey, listen, we got a new agent coming on board. He's been one of the top producers in the Santa Clarita Valley for 30 plus years. He's been ranked number 2, number 1 for, God, I don't know how long. He actually used to work in the Beverly Hills and Bel Air areas for Fred Sands and used to be an absolute maniac down there. One of the top guys, representing celebrities." I'm like, "Okay, well, what about him?" Like, "Well, listen, he's coming on to Pinnacle. I can't tell you who it is. It's kind of high profile, whatever. But, he's looking for somebody, to work with him. Is that somebody that you'd be willing to sit down with and, see if you want to work with him?" I said, "Well, dude, does Pope wear a funny hat?" "Of course." So he asked me, "So how are the kids?" I look on my phone like, "Well, I'm sorry, what was that? You broke out. What'd you say?" He's like, "How are the kids?" "Sean, what kids?" He's like, "You just had a newborn, right? You got another one, you got a newborn, right?" I'm like, "Sean, this is Michael Kettering." "Oh, I thought I was calling Michael Jang. My apologies. You were going to be my next call." I'm fucking sure it was going to be my next call.
Sure, right?
Sure. So that's how I met Garo.
Yeah.
And, wind up sitting down with him.
Because of a missed call.
Dude, he called me on accident. Called me straight on accident.
Things work in funny ways, huh?
I tell you, look, I happen to be a Christian.
Yeah.
God's funny sometimes, man.
That is wild. I never knew that. I was wondering. I was trying to put. I'm like, how the hell did you, start working with this guy?
That's why. Yeah.
Damn.
A total mistake.
How are the kids?
Total accident. How are the kids? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, kids?
Does he know something I don't know?
I was gonna say, shit. Did I do something?
I might have a few out there I don't know about, but
Right. There might be a couple Michaels running somewhere.
That is hilarious. So you found your roots there at Pinnacle in Santa Clarita?
Yeah, my office is in Valencia.
Okay.
But Garo is the guy out there. So all our deals from there are like pretty much all the time his.
Yeah.
Everything out here in like Moore Park, Ventura County, those are pretty much mine.
Okay.
We're starting to work our way into Beverly Hills,
Yeah, you tell me.
Calabasas right now. We were on a listing appointment for about $13 million in the Oaks.
Wow.
Actually, the same street that Bieber used to live on.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if he got egged.
I
I wasn't gonna ask.
Right.
I was gonna ask, hey, did the Bieber egg your head?
Dude, that's so
I
funny.
was gonna ask. So we're starting to break our way in there.
Mm-hmm.
So just keeping our heads down and going that direction.
So if you're a realtor today, where do you want to be? Like where's the best place? Where's the best place to list houses?
Dude, L.A.
L.A. for sure.
Calabasas, Beverly Hills.
Yeah, because of big ass margins on
Dude,
those.
what's 2% of 30 million?
Yeah, see.
That's a piece.
Right,
That's
right.
a piece.
Dude, that's when you make it, I think, right? When you're there.
Yeah, dude.
I
mean, unless you're just a total animal in Palmdale,
right,
where you're listing $200,000 homes, but you're listing 20 a month.
Yeah.
The turnover in Palmdale is insane.
Yeah.
But there's one or two, maybe three agents out there that are just
Cranking them.
Killers, dude. They're just cranking homes left and right.
So unless you're not one of them, you're kind of fucked.
Find a way.
Yeah.
Find a way. I've always asked my question, why not?
Yeah.
I think that's one of the greatest questions you could ever ask yourself in life. That's probably like the number one question you should ever ask yourself, like, in your life. Why not? Why not? Someone's got to sell them.
You're right.
Right?
Hell yeah.
So, dude, there's a $45 million house. Well, shit, they ain't selling it.
Right.
Someone's got to sell it.
Could be you.
Someone's got to do something.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to build a business where they deliver 1 million pizzas to families. Someone's got to do it.
Right.
Why not? Why not be you? Why not be that guy?
Right.
Why not be the girl that's a maniac, just slinging whatever to anybody around the world? Why not?
When I associate you now, I just think realtor. I don't know why. You have that appearance. That's all
I'll take it.
Dude, I swear. You play the role so good.
I'll take it.
I swear.
Take it. Hey, if it's what I'm doing now, at least think about me.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
Right.
That's good. That's not a bad thing.
So we talked a little bit before saying that a lot of people associate realtors with being older.
Right.
How is your age, you being obviously way younger, affect your business?
I'm very thankful that I'm partners with a 72-year-old.
So you got both ends.
That's been in the business for twice as long as I've been alive, like literally. But I think real estate's getting a lot younger.
Mm-hmm.
People like the energy, they like the charisma, they like the work ethic, they like the attitude. Your typical middle-aged, senior-age realtors are boring. They give you the same thing. But I think the most important thing is they're giving you marketing strategies that worked in the 70s and the 80s.
Right.
They don't even
things
know
were
how
way
to use,
different.
They don't know how to use a phone.
Right.
They don't know how to use computers. They weren't born with it, right? So I think that's very critical in marketing today. Because, dude, think about this. I can guarantee you your typical 55, 60-year-old real estate agent is not thinking about how can I expose this property around the globe.
Which you have to now.
You have to. Dude, especially if you're going to Calabasas. 10, 15, $20 million. Of course.
Yeah.
Think about it. Here's an idea. Let's say I invite a catered event, like an open house, 20 social media influencers, right? Each of them have 5 million followers on something, right? I say, hey, I'll send you a private invite. I'll make you food. I'll buy you whatever. I don't give a fuck. Come and take a picture of my house and blow it. I don't know. Do something.
Right.
Right? And they say, okay, and they come. Think about it. What's 20 times 5 million? It's 100 million eyes being laid on your property.
Right.
It's a lot of value.
Yes.
It's a lot of eyes being laid on your property.
And that's very new to be able to do that.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Your typical, 45, 50 to 60-year-old, 70-year-old, some are probably 80. They don't know. It's just not what they were born with. Or not born, but it's just not what they were accustomed to doing in the 60s and the 70s.
They don't want to learn shit,
It's hard to tell somebody that's been doing something in anything for 30 years to change anything.
Yeah, do the shit different.
It's not going to happen.
No way.
So I think that's why real estate's getting a lot younger. Because marketing in itself has changed so much. And, the charisma aspect, the enthusiasm, the energy, people are attracted to that.
Right. They kind of have to be. You want some slump fucking selling your house?
Yeah,
no. You want someone to go out there and get it done.
Yeah. I think, even though I've come across a couple, it's very hard not to be good in real estate if you try. Mm-hmm. It's just don't be a freak.
Right. Freak parties.
Don't be weird, man. Just be cool, hang out, just talk.
Now, is it possible to be a realtor part-time?
Dude, probably not.
No?
Well, think about it. You're managing, for the most part, you're managing one of the biggest financial decisions in people's lives.
Yeah, that's true.
Are they going to trust somebody part-time? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. That's why as a fresh agent, it's nearly impossible to get your first listing, to get your first sale of anything. Buyers are one thing, sure. But to get a listing as a fresh agent, nobody even knows who you are. Dude, I'm a 21-year-old clown out of Moore Park just trying to sling some homes.
Right.
Like, dude, nobody knows me.
No one trusts you.
Nobody trusts me.
So how do you break through then?
You find a mentor and you find a partner.
Yeah? That's the answer?
The only way to do it. That's the only way to do it.
Right. Because there's no way that someone's going to call you up and be like, hey buddy.
No shot.
Yeah. You want to sell my house?
Forget about it. Don't even give it a shot. Don't even try.
So you're telling them go all in.
You have to.
Right.
You have to. We've got a few friends from our high school, that have hit me up. I've gotten a couple of them in real estate. But
yeah?
I've told them all the same thing. Dude, you have to find a mentor. You have to find a partner. There's just no way you can do this thing on your own. Because at least in like Ventura County, for the most part, again, Moore Park, Simi Valley, where your average transaction is not $30 million, where a house is just, an asset and it's not everything they have. Most of the people here, their homes are everything. That's all they got.
That's all they have.
That's all they got.
All their eggs in one basket.
They're not going to trust a little 24-year-old now.
No. Unless you have a reputation.
Unless you have experience, unless you have reputation, unless you've sold, homes here, homes there, which thankfully I've done now.
Right.
But, coming into a business fresh like that, dude, forget about it.
How long did it take you to get your first sale?
I think 6 months.
Yeah.
And that was my sister's friend.
Were you hitting it hard before that, trying?
Dude, slamming.
Yeah?
Slamming.
Nothing, huh? That must deter a lot of people, though. I feel like, you get my license. All right, let's go sell some houses. And then you don't get shit for 6 months. You're like,
people, okay. And again, this goes for anything. People get attracted to these businesses that they hear very high things from. And they think, dude, I'm going to get in this business, fucking slam, make a ton of money. Sell one home, I'll be good for the next 4 months. And they're knocking, talking, and they don't get shit.
Right. Deters the shit
out of someone. That's the way it goes, dude. I've knocked on thousands of doors.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Thousands of doors.
So much rejection.
It's reaped rewards for me a little bit.
Right.
But back to your point, if you're fresh in the business thinking you're going to knock on 10 homes and get 2.
No, you're fucked. Good luck.
Call it a day.
Right. So why does someone become a realtor?
I think they like the money.
Is that what it is? That's what I want to say I think the draw is.
People like...
$1 million listing. Right?
Yeah,
right?
You know what? I actually that inspired me for sure.
Yeah. 100%. These guys are bad motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah. But people like the money because, dude, you close a deal, you make a ton of money.
Right.
But I think what's most important is just trying to find a way to help as many people as you can. And that's what's going to create, the type of money that you want. It's just focus.
Okay.
It's really just focus. If you're focusing on money all the time and you get money, you're always going to be looking for more money. You can never get more money.
Right.
There's no way to get all the money in the world. There's so much money in the world.
Yeah.
There's no possible way you can get your hands
especially
on all
where
of it.
we live.
Exactly. There's so much.
We're minutes from LA, and LA's
right.
popping, dude.
It's unbelievable. And again, this is for anything. You have to change your focus from getting money to how can I help more people get what they want. You know, Zig Ziglar.
Yeah.
You know, you help as more people get what they want.
Yeah.
You can have anything you want.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. You know.
I think I read that on the bottom of a Snapple one time.
You're right.
Some quote.
So, I think that's why people get into real estate. Is the money.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
It's tempting.
It's
They drive nice cars generally.
Yeah.
They dress up. You know.
It's nice.
Yeah.
But, you know, if that's all you're going after, it's probably not going to be a very prosperous career.
Do people think it's gonna be a walk in the park to sell a house?
Yeah, they do.
For sure, huh?
They do.
And it's not.
No way. No way. I did not know what I was getting into my first deal. No clue.
See, there's so many variables to a deal and so many turns that can just be shit, you know. And then one thing could just spook a buyer, like we talked about.
Yep.
Right. Fall out, and then what? You stay on the market. Yep. Stuff like that.
Something as simple as a home inspection.
Yeah, which you've had your fair deal with.
Well, I just had one the other day. I had one the other day, dude. Some guy just notorious for killing deals. The buyer winds up hiring that guy.
Right.
And does a home inspection on one of my listings, and sure shit, too much work that needs to be done. And there's really not.
Right.
He calls out something so stupid. You know how sometimes you like a bedroom door kind of just closes on its own?
Yeah.
He called that out.
Yeah? Was the house not level or something?
Dude, he could have made anything up. He said, dude, the slab is off.
Yeah.
You know, possible result of the 94 earthquake in Northridge where, you know, you had radium.
Is that what he said?
Oh, some bullshit, dude. So stupid. But that's the shit you got to deal with. You know, that's the shit that comes up that somehow you have to navigate around.
Right.
And you don't know that going into the real estate game because nobody's going to tell you, hey, by the way, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. You never know.
No. Have you ever had like a straight seamless deal where just cake?
Oh, yeah. Greatest thing in the world.
Yeah?
Greatest thing
How
in the world.
rare are those, though?
You know, it's every now and then.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare when you get somebody to do literally everything you tell them to do. Because, I mean, you sell a couple homes, you know. There's some people that, you know, sold one home 10 years ago and they think they know anything and everything about real estate.
Right.
And they start telling me how to do real estate.
Right.
I just sold like 15 homes this year.
Yeah.
So far.
I know you're killing it, dude.
But it's the greatest thing. And even the buyers are like, wow, what an amazing deal.
Right.
You did a great job.
From experience, what is the one thing that scares buyers?
I think the number one thing that scares buyers is when they get a home inspection report back.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm assuming there's got to be some crazy shit that's wrong, and sometimes there's nothing really wrong.
Yeah, we sold one. Actually, we just closed on one not too long ago, where even the home inspector's like, I can't believe there's like almost nothing wrong with the house. He's like trying to look for something because that's what home inspectors do.
Yeah,
you know, they try and find anything and everything
because they're responsible. If something comes up later, right?
It could be not necessarily responsible on them,
right?
But you know, it's their reputation. You know, they want to be able to find what's outstanding.
Yeah.
But he was like, dude, I can't find anything wrong with the house.
Was it an old house?
No, it was. I think in 2005.
Okay, it's not that old.
No, not that old.
No.
But I think that's the number one thing that scares buyers.
Yeah.
Seeing what they think is wrong with the house and what home inspectors might, chalk it up to be wrong with the house when really, dude, it's just install a new outlet.
Right. Do buyers ever get let down when they see pictures and then they come and actually see the house?
Oh, dude, all the time.
Yeah?
All the time. I get let down.
Because Photoshop's a son of a bitch, dude. You can make some things look super good.
I'm working with a couple buyers right now, and they're up to about like 1.4. And there's been a couple homes that on the picture just look, dude, backyard's fucking huge.
Right.
You got football field size lot. The whole deal. And we get in, it's just like, wait a second.
Right.
That's why there was only 10 pictures.
Oh, see. Yeah, that's suspicious when I see a listing. I'm like, where are the pictures at? It's like one of the front, one of a bedroom, one of the backyard. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah. I actually try to put as least.
But still, you cover all bases of the house.
Yeah, you cover the majors.
Yeah, for sure.
You cover the majors without showing them everything. Well, it's advertising.
Yeah.
If I show you everything, you don't need to come in to see it.
Very true. That's very true. Especially with today, like I'm sure most out of state buyers they never fly to see the house. They're just seeing everything. Everything online. All these pictures.
Yeah.
Have you messed at all with like the 3D video?
No.
You know what I'm talking about, where it's like a walkthrough kind of thing?
Yeah. I wouldn't do it.
No?
I wouldn't do it.
Why not?
Because then I'm showing everybody the house. I'm showing them the whole house. They don't need to come in and see it.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, yeah. Here's rule number 1 of selling a house. Get eyes on the property. Right? Here's rule number 2. Get feet in the property.
What's rule number 3? I'm dying to know.
That's it. Very simple. Rules 1 and 2. Eyes on it, get feet in it. And if I'm showing people everything they need to know about a house, if I'm showing you every crease of every corner of every room of the house, you don't need to come and see it.
Right. That's true. I'm assuming you show some houses and people just fall in love, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever show houses like out of their price range? People?
You know, only if they like force me to show it to them.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, we represented these couple of people a little while ago. We had them on the sale, and we represented them on the purchase too. So they were up to a certain amount, and they find one on Zillow, of course. And they're like, we really want to see this. And it was at like the super max top of their budget, with a Melrose tax, which Melrose is like a city assessed bond.
I didn't even heard of that.
It's basically another tax.
Okay.
It's a tax on top of a tax, right? So the property taxes on this house would have been about $9,000 a year, on top of the Melrose tax, which is about $4,500.
Jeez.
It's another tax. It's another tax. So they bought this house at the super max top of their budget when they told us we don't want Melrose. It had Melrose with an HOA.
Fuck.
So, dude, we shaved our balls off trying to make this thing work. We're cutting this person's commission, we're cutting that, we're cutting this, we're cutting escrows, we're cutting the handyman, we're cutting this, we're cutting that.
Everything you can, basically.
Yeah, because they picked it and we said, shit, I mean, if
and
you
they fell in
really,
love.
Are you sure you want the house? Like,
Yeah.
They said, we love it. I said, okay.
Because the house is a big investment, dude.
Like I said, dude, for the most part, it's everything people have.
Right. And now that I have a kid,
right,
I start to realize how important it is to like actually find a good place to live. You think of like schools.
Oh yeah.
You know,
dude,
start like
huge.
there's all these things you never think about, recreation, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, man. I think this is a pretty damn good area we live in.
Yeah.
But you see, it's very expensive. You go over the hill to Palmdale, and you're right. Like you.
Oh yeah, dude. Quarters.
Anywhere, Lancaster, any of that shit.
Buying homes for quarters.
Yeah. Over here, it's amazing. You just drive up down the 118, and it just the fucking price just keeps going up and up and up. So on another note, we were talking earlier. You asked me a really good question. What was that?
I asked you, why do you think that way? You ever ask yourself that question?
I haven't until right now.
Yeah, that's...
Actually, no. I have because in the past I've thought, why did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Did I even think about it or did I just respond?
Right.
It's
a very awakening question.
Mm-hmm.
When you start asking yourself, why do I think that way? Who got me thinking that?
Right.
What got me thinking that?
Right. I think it's if I were to guess, I think it's just a stem of everything you've known and researched and like learned, and it kind of shapes the way you respond.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And I think, maybe the second half of that would be paradigm.
Right.
Stuff that your brain absorbs without you even knowing it.
Mm-hmm. Subconscious?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
It gets you thinking, or it promotes self-thought. It promotes self-awareness. Why do I think a certain way?
Right.
And then you start looking for answers.
That's
right?
for sure.
Which is a good thing.
Could be a scary thing, though. You never know what you're going to find.
Well, it's just, at that point, once you start finding different things, finding your answers, finding what you want, what you don't want, what you think is true, what you don't think is true, it's just all sifting and sorting what you personally think is true or not.
Right.
But at least you're starting to sift and sort through answers. You're starting to look for answers. There's way too many people today just taking anything and everything that anybody has to say about anything.
Yeah.
And it's just total bullshit.
And just garbling it up.
They don't even know what it is. They just say, "Oh, he said it, so it's true."
Exactly, dude. That's a phenomenon, I think, of just going on right now, and people.
Way too bad. There's just too much.
And people will believe anyone who's confident. If someone tells you something,
Yeah.
dude, they just fucking believe it.
That's true.
You know?
You can influence somebody into believing you just by sounding so confident in yourself. But again, that's why I think that question is so important. You know, why do I think that way? Why does he think that way?
Right.
That's that's when you start diving into the minds of other people.
Have you ever thought that, like, how does that person see things? You know, like
Well, yeah, after I started trying to figure out why I thought certain shit was true.
Right.
That I found out to be just ridiculous. You know?
After high school, I kind of went on the same to, like, figure, like, myself out, right? Mm-hmm. What do I want to do? Who do I want to become? What do I want to do? That kind of shit. And that's when you start, like, finding these authors. You start reading and you start seeing the way other people think, right? And it does influence you, you know? But the problem is, like we said, someone could be influenced by some bullshit, you know?
Yeah. When did you start thinking about who you wanted to become?
Right after high school.
Yeah. What made you start thinking that way?
I don't know. Honestly, because I was going to the motions, went to fucking college, you know, and I was like, what am I going to fucking do? Yeah. And that's when I realized, I was like, you know what? I wanted to go off the rails, and I saw what everyone's doing, going, getting jobs, fucking doing working, and then retiring and travel. And then me and Shannon were like, let's just travel now, before we have all this fucking responsibility. We'll intertwine it between school. That's what we did. We totally fucking cruise all the fucking time. We'd always fly in places. We've done so much amazing shit. Yeah. We spent so much money that would be nice to have now, but I couldn't trade it for the memories, dude. Like, the stuff we've done is unbelievable.
I think that's really something that you started to ask yourself, where am I headed?
Yeah. What am I going to do? Like, but people don't realize that. Like, we have some friends in high school that are still stuck in the same shit.
They just don't know what they're doing.
Right? And it's like, it's funny, you know, oh, you're 19, 20. Okay, now you're like, you're almost 25. What are you doing?
Without a clue. Without a clue.
You're already way behind.
But you know what? I think the real cause of that, Nick, is not just the people themselves. It's what we've been brought up. It's the mindset and kind of the system that we've been brought up to just buy into without even giving a second thought. It's just what we do. Thought. Well, what's the system? You go to school, you get good grades, you know, get a degree, and then with that degree you hope to get a good job, and with that good job you hope to get, you know, you hope to make a lot of money, and then at some point you hope to retire. It's like this very forward and like shot in the dark type of thinking. Right.
It's almost, it seems like it's just something to follow. It's relaxing. Right. Because, like, okay, I know what to do. I know what I'm doing.
It's comfortable because everybody else does it.
Exactly.
Right? But
I know what I'm doing.
You really don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I think what people need to do is they need to work backwards.
Reverse engineer.
They need to work backwards. They need to start with the end in mind.
Yeah.
They need to start with the end result. Right. We need to start thinking, what the fuck do I want? It's not a job.
Why do people not ask them stuff that?
Because it's just not what we're taught. We're not taught that in school. When was the last time school told you, what do you really want? What do you really want? Remember the whole thing? What do you want to be when you grow up? Being an astronaut? Well, let's go to school first.
Pretty much.
Let's start here.
But I don't think school's a bad thing, because imagine there wasn't school. I mean, people would just be fucking everywhere.
I agree. I don't think school is a bad thing.
But it can't be your only thing.
It can't be your only thing. Look, I dropped out, right? I am 100% full on board with school under certain circumstances. Yeah. Number one, if it's free. Sure. Number two, if you're playing a sport. Maybe it's for free. I don't know. But if you're playing a sport, sure. Right. Number three, if what you want, like truly 100%, you're so passionate about what you totally want to do with your life, 100% requires it. Right. Those are my three circumstances. Because if you're going to school like a lot of people, and you're going for business, marketing,
communications,
right, you're wasting your time. Unless, you know, you really want to go work in a corporation. Because that's really what that is. They're not teaching you how to build a business. No. They're teaching you how
they teach you fundamentals, but
they teach you how to work in a corporation.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. The school teaches you to get a job, which is fine if you want a job. Right. For me, I don't want a job. I don't like the word work, the word job. Those, I kind of sound probably dumb, but to me they just sound they just sound so negative.
Right.
You know,
They do.
Because
Unfortunately.
think about the connotation. You know, well, I gotta go to work today.
What about career though?
Career, I don't know. I try. Again, this is just me.
Yeah.
But I try not to use words associated with work and job. Mm-hmm. And career is one of those, but it's not a bad word.
Right.
And work and job are not bad words. To me, they just seem negative.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, everyone's associated. I gotta go fucking work tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta go to work. Oh, how is your job? You got a new job? And job to me is to go work for somebody else.
Right.
You know, and I don't want that.
Right.
I don't want that. I don't want to have to live a life where, you know, got to show up, you know, work for somebody else.
But a lot of people have to.
Of course.
Which I'm glad for, though.
Of course. Look, somebody's got to dig a grave for somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, somebody's got to do whatever the job is.
And someone's probably going to be happy doing it, hopefully.
That's what I'm saying. As long as you're happy doing it.
Right.
Look, the guy running the Corner 76 station, if that was his dream and that was his passion, the guy's more successful than I am.
Right.
Because success to me is just fulfilling your absolute passion and living it out. Right?
It's a pretty damn good definition.
So if the guy fucking running the 7-Eleven or the 76, and that was his dream, that's what he wanted to do, that guy's more of a success than most people worth $45,000 million.
Right.
Because they're just, you know, I'm not saying for all of them, but a lot of them could just be chasing money.
Right.
This guy's living out his fucking life, dude. He's living his dream.
I wish people would be more honest with themselves, and because you just see the dropout rate. You know, how long did you go?
It's increasing. I went for a year.
A year, right? You could have saved so much time if you just were honest with yourself out of high school. But I just think no one knows what they want to do so early because you're right. We're never taught. We literally just graduate and then what? You know?
Yeah. Well, dude, we see it every day.
Mm-hmm.
How many people we know graduating, you know, working a job?
Right.
But they could have had straight out of high school, no degree.
Right. Because if you just honestly wanted to go to school and learn something, you know, because it's not bad to learn, you know, it's not bad to get a degree.
Of course.
And it's fast. But people, they dick around, they drag it out. It's only meant to be 4 years.
No.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
4 years of your life, that's nothing compared to how long you can live.
Right.
But when you start dragging out 8, 10, 12 years to get a fucking 4-year degree, that's when, you know, and then you're just behind as shit.
Yeah.
And that's when you're in debt because you've been going for so fucking long.
Right.
That's when you can't find a job because, you know, you're going against these younger, hungrier people when you've been dragging out.
Right.
Like, that's what sucks.
And I think you're right on that. You know, they drag it out and then they go out looking for a job that they probably didn't even want in the first place.
No.
Which, again, is okay if it's temporary. You know,
Jobs,
people need to...
Well, people always need money.
Of course.
You gotta live.
Of course. Dude, I worked at Sports Authority.
Yeah.
I worked at Sports Chalet. Of course, they both went out of business.
Should listen to you.
Don't hire me. don't hire my ass. But, you know, people... There's a difference between finding out who you really are and what you want and finding out what you want with job in mind. That's probably one of the biggest things that holds people back because with everything they do, they think about job.
Yes.
Right? They should leave out the job. Like I said, work backwards, right? Fuck the job. How do you want to live?
Right.
Do you want to drive the private? Do you want to fly the private jet? Do you want to be in Bora Bora tomorrow? Do you want to say, hey, fuck it, let's go to the New England Patriots game tomorrow? Shit, fuck yeah, bring 10 of your friends, let's go. You know, that's the idea. Of course, not everybody's going to have, you know, the same goals as everybody else.
For sure.
But once you start thinking of your future and how exactly you want to live without the job, that is what's going to open up the doors for you to start getting the job. Because here's why. You start finding... Once you find the end result, Nick, the rest is easy. Once you find where you want to go, nobody else is doing that. Nobody else is thinking about where they want to go.
It's a hard question, though, to answer.
It is, because people don't give it thought.
No.
It takes thought.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of thought.
And you don't want to sound like an idiot. You know? What do you want to be? And you're like, oh.
Right.
You feel like it's...
And then you try and give them some answer they think is impressive.
Exactly.
You know?
See?
But
no one's honest with themselves.
Yeah, right. But it takes a lot of thought.
Yes.
But once they give it thought and find out, shit, I just want to be able to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, as much as I want. Then you start to open up the doors and you start to see things from a broader perspective.
And you think differently.
Exactly. Then you start thinking, okay, what can I do as a stepping stone?
Right.
That will help me get to doing what I want, when I want, with who I want, as much as I want, wherever I want.
Exactly.
Right. For example, for me, it was real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because like all the the Donald Trumps, the Warren Buffetts, the Robert Kiyosaki's, the Grant Cardones, whatever. They have all the time in the world. They're happy.
Now though, they have all the time in the world now.
Well, right, of course.
Right. Because they obviously work their ass off though.
Yeah. Right.
And I think it's another problem. I don't want to stop you, but it's hard. People. It's easy to go find an easy job. You get comfortable.
Right.
Dude. It's easy
Because everybody else is doing it.
Exactly. It's hard to think differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad though.
That stops people.
Yeah, I'm glad it does. Because
less competition.
Exactly. Am I right though? Because
Yeah, no, you're right.
I mean, learning's hard, dude. Like, if I was arguing with my dad, because my dad worked the same job for 40 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, my work's hard. I'm like, yeah, but it's not the same thing every day, but it's he's like, dude, I'm learning something new every semester.
Right.
I gotta learn this new subject, Yeah, I don't remember half the things I went to school for, but still, I learned how to learn. I'll be honest with you, since I just finished school, I learned how to learn. I can learn anything.
Yeah.
Because it taught me
fucking
deadlines and to research and shit like that, But everyone who just doesn't take it seriously, they don't keep that, And that's why these fucking people have degrees and can't find anything.
Yeah. It's because they just went to go.
Exactly. And they weren't honest with themselves, and they didn't want to go, and they felt like they were forced to go. I feel like that in the beginning.
That's a problem. It's
yeah.
And that's something they can't even control. I know you and I both probably know a lot of people that say, or parents of people that we know that say, if you don't go to college, you're fucking kicked out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do.
You gotta go.
19 years old at the time, you gotta go to college.
Right. Well, yeah. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Unless I'm totally for trades, for trade schools, for sure.
100%.
I know people have been very successful learning trades, and why is that? People look down on that. Why is it bad to become a plumber, electrician, or welder? Why is that bad?
I have no idea.
You know how much plumbers make?
Well, imagine if you run a plumbing business.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why is that bad? Why? I just don't. I don't agree with the traditional school system anymore.
I was gonna say it's unconventional.
Yeah, and
well, anytime you do anything unconventional, what everybody else isn't doing, you're gonna get flack for it.
Yeah. Same with online schools, though. I'm very suspicious about online schools.
All what schools?
Online?
Oh, online schools.
Yeah, because I'm like, what'd you learn? Like, nothing. I'm like, well, what the?
What were you doing?
Exactly, but you somehow got a fucking A.
Right.
Like, dude, that's ridiculous. So, it's funny, but it's hard to think different. And my changing point was 18, and I started thinking different. And I think you were about around the same age. Because I think you had a question like, what was I going to do after high school? Because I know you didn't want to go to school.
I knew. I just wanted to play baseball.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I was even in college.
Right.
Was for baseball. I played. But then, I dropped out and tried doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
But it was at that time when I was just literally doing nothing with myself, trying to build this business for, I don't know. At that point, I tried building it for about 3 years.
Right.
But at that point, I was maybe like 2 years or maybe a year and a half in. And I just know it's not working.
Right.
So I'm thinking, dude, what am I going to do? It's fucking choice time. I'm 20 years old at the time. I'm sitting on my bed. I'm doing fucking nothing. I don't even have a job. My parents are paying for everything. This is embarrassing. I gotta fucking ask my mom to take a girl out to a movie.
But you realize
it's choice time. Yeah, and that's what I'm thankful for is, at least I kind of realized that something's got to change.
Right.
But conditionally now, when you're young, you live it up. You fucking party. You waste the time.
Dude, you waste so much fucking time.
Yeah.
You waste. You didn't party too much, huh?
In high school?
Yeah.
I was always scared.
What? Yeah.
Dude, I played baseball my whole life. I played baseball in high school, right?
Yeah.
So I was always afraid that if I got drunk once, this is honest, if I got drunk once, dude,
kicked off the team or some shit.
Well, dude, I thought I was just gonna suck.
Right.
I thought my hand-eye coordination would go down the fucking tubes. I thought it would just all of a sudden just be dismal, just brutal, just a fucking total duster.
Right.
If
you could go back and start freshman year over again, what would you do differently?
Think for myself.
Yeah.
Wouldn't worry about what anybody gave a fucking shit thought about me.
Right?
Why I did do too much.
Exactly. I think everyone did though. Why is this such a big deal with people?
Think or worrying about what other people think?
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's I don't want to blame parents, but I think the ability. Look, God gave us a brain.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the greatest compliments you can ever give God is to use your brain.
Yeah.
But we're young. We're not taught, think for yourself.
Mm-mm.
However, if you have parents that teach you a certain way when you're young, of course that sticks with you. You know? But again, you look at the majority of people.
Bunch of dummies.
Right. Bunch of retards. But no, there's the majority, the 97%. You've heard like 3% of the population owns like 97% of all the wealth, right?
Yeah.
Well, the 97%, you and I are in the 97%, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents thought differently from, the 3%.
Yes.
Right. So we're taught a certain mentality and we just kind of adopt it.
Mm-hmm.
And we've grown up with it and that's just what we know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I think it takes a certain level of parenting too to combat that when you're in school. Kids worrying too much about what other people think.
Yeah.
Because you're only aware of it if you're aware of it. You can't, it's not something you just pick up at 14.
No.
You don't think, why the fuck does he think that? Why does he think that way?
You don't.
Why do I think that way? You don't ask yourself when they were 14. But, if you're fortunate enough to have parents that are aware enough
mm-hmm.
to raise you or raise their kids with that mentality, of course you'll be different.
Right. Do you think kids have it easy today?
Well, in terms of what?
Overall, I don't know. I just feel like everything's easier. Even us, like, dude, I think we grew up in a great time.
We did. I think
we have everything. Dude, we living in a good time. Like the internet, dude, we lived during that. If you think about that, like how much has changed.
There's so much opportunity.
Yeah.
There's so much opportunity, but I think it's always been that way. There's always been opportunity. Of course, as we develop as humans, we'll develop more forms of opportunity, more
mm-hmm.
forms of technology, But there's always opportunity. You just got to be aware of it.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to use myself as an example, but when I met up with Garo,
mm-hmm.
it was an obvious opportunity. I just said, well, fuck, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's always opportunity.
Which, because you're a go-getter, though. Some people would be like, this guy's going to be too old, or he's not going to take me seriously. And you're like, let's fucking try it.
Why not? Hey, why not?
Why not, right? See, exactly.
Why not?
Exactly.
Why not? If there's one question to ever ask yourself in your life, that's probably it.
Why not?
Why not?
And another thing someone told me a while ago was like, if you're stressed about something, is it going to matter in 5 years?
Probably not.
Yeah, so why are you stressing?
Is this a blip or is this a catastrophe?
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. Have you had any major catastrophes, you think?
Thankfully, no.
No, huh? You've had some blips, though.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. I mean,
every day.
I had 4 today, but I mean, it's a blip,
Right, but some people just dwell on that shit, though,
Well, yeah.
They just dwell on it,
It's just mindset.
It is mindset.
But I think those are the people that turn blips into catastrophes. You got to look at it for what it is. You got to be able to see things as they are,
mm-hmm.
not worse than they are.
Right.
Right. If you're going to see something as they are, at least see it a little bit better.
Right.
Know what it is.
Mindset, though. You said it, dude.
It's all perspective. Look, you and I can look out the same window right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You see a beautiful sunset. I see a speck on the window.
Right.
We're looking at the same thing. Or our eyes are taking in the same information.
Yeah.
But our brains are picking up 2 different things.
And that's important. People don't realize that, though. Does this happen to your half full, right? That kind of stuff.
Right.
And it's just you have to think differently. People get, like I said, they just get stuck in this like mental numbness where they just, I don't know.
Yeah. You have to find a way to think that it could be worse.
Yes.
My mom could have died today.
Right.
That's fucking terrible.
A lot of things could have been.
That's awful.
Right.
She's breathing.
Right. So
I'm very thankful.
I also let people aren't grateful anymore.
That's a problem.
Don't you think so?
Yeah.
No one has
absolutely.
fucking gratitude, dude.
Listen, the more you're grateful for what you have, the more you'll have to be grateful for.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. People are not grateful.
People want anything and everything, but they forget what they have. Mm-hmm. They forget that they woke up and took a breath.
Yeah. And things could have been so different, or like, something's that's been bugging me lately is you see something like a bad car accident, you're
mm-hmm.
like, dude, just that morning that person woke up and didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen.
Could have been me.
Yeah, and that's just been playing on me lately. And ever since I had a kid, it's my mindset has changed, dude. and people kept saying that to me, and I didn't believe them. Like, but not in the sense where like I don't know. You think differently. It's hard to describe.
Everything changes
Like that.
just like that.
With a positive pregnancy
When
test.
now you're responsible
Yeah.
for a new human,
Yeah.
everything changes.
And it's not, and you don't notice it change though. You just realize, what the hell? Like, it's just different, you know? But like, I was freaked out. I'm like, am I going to start thinking, like, how different I'm going to start thinking and stuff like that? And I don't know. And people always talk about the love you feel for your kid, you know? And I was like, well, yeah, it's your kid, you know? No, it's something different, dude. I didn't realize it, you know? And it is something different,
That's cool.
dude.
That's cool.
It's wild, but it's all, like I said, mindset though.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think people are ever going to change anymore. I think people are just going to keep falling down this path.
I think really the only way for people to change is if they, one, are aware of a situation that, or a circumstance, or maybe an issue, and they actually are willing to come to terms.
Right.
You know, like I've been thinking a certain way for so long. I'm stuck here. I'm working a job. I'm working retail. I'm 35, 40 years old. I did something wrong.
And you wonder why depression rates are so high, right? Wouldn't that make you depressed as shit?
Yeah.
You know, when you realize that you get trapped and maybe you don't have a retirement, and then you're like, I gotta work till I'm 85. You know, like I have to always working. Like,
Yeah.
dude.
There's, again, that goes back to finding your end result.
Yes.
And if you can do that when you're young, 19,
You have a head start.
Holy shit.
You have a head
Oh
start.
my god. Dude, you find out where you're going, why you're on this planet out of high school, or anybody that's even listening to this right now. I don't care how old you are, but you know, you find that out, you've just beat out the rest of the 97%. Because why is the 97% the 97%?
Why?
They don't think of the end result. They don't bother to go get an answer.
Nope.
They don't bother to think in advance. They don't bother to strive for more. They don't bother to think bigger.
Because I think we're not looked down upon, but you're like frowned upon to question things. You notice that?
Yeah.
I question everything. Why the hell
I
do we
think
do
it's
that?
good. I think it's important.
Why do we do that?
I think it's important.
Why the hell do we do that? I'm always thinking that.
Look for answers.
You know, yes.
Look for answers.
Right. But if you, I think everybody needs like a turning point to think that way, though.
Sometimes, yeah, I agree. But sometimes it's a very drastic turning point.
Yeah. That's like my friend. I don't know if you listened to the last podcast. My friend who just splitting.
Yep.
You know.
Goodbye.
He had a turning point.
Yep.
You know, and I don't know. But another thing we talked about is it's hard though, and that's scary. And people don't like scary things. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Okay, I was talking to that same kid about this.
Yeah.
What is uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable is something you're not accustomed to.
But what is that feeling?
Uncertainty.
Yeah. If you were to describe that feeling to someone, like how would you physically describe it to them?
Uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable.
Uncertainty. Because what's comfortable? You know the outcome.
Right. But do you get uncomfortable a lot?
That's a good question. I think that's a very good question. I think the best way to get comfortable with, you got to learn to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
You know?
Where you almost don't notice it.
Exactly. Where uncomfortableness is just who you are.
Because everything's uncertain.
Life's uncertain.
Exactly. So what are people so uncomfortable about? Right?
I don't know.
Exactly. And that's what I've been really pondering lately. Because literally, dude, when I work nights, you know that.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just me. I'm just thinking, dude, the whole time.
Yeah,
I'm just like
I like
thinking
cool.
the way the world works and
that's cool.
what's going on. And I came across that, and also I'm on no sleep. You know, literally, and
I'm up for 3 days.
Yeah, dude, and like your brain starts just firing on different cylinders.
Well, that's when you start turning things over, dude. That's when you start really rolling the brain.
Yeah, and that's when you start realizing
cool.
what the fuck matters. You know, so.
Right.
But I fucking ponder these things, and I don't know. Life's crazy, dude. And
life's crazy.
It is. And you know what also really helped me though was traveling, seeing how other people live. That made me so grateful, dude.
You found yourself outside of the typical environment.
Yeah, dude.
People, I found myself outside of school, and I think a lot of people are in school trying to find themselves. Mm-hmm. But if you look at, I say school is college, but I think people are too many people are relying on college to find themselves. What's different from college than the last 13 years of school you were just in?
Pretty much nothing except I would say, since I did this, the magnitude of people when you go to university is a little bit higher.
Because you graduated from college.
Yeah.
You went to a 4-year university.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is coming from firsthand.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same.
It's the exact same. But when you get to a university, people who, like, instead of a junior college, because anyone can get accepted to JC.
Right.
When you actually go to, like, a community, like a university, people want to be there. And you're paying 40 times as much,
I know.
So, like, you kind of commit.
Yeah.
So that's the only difference I've seen. But it's the same shit. You just study, learn, take tests,
Yeah, there's too much reliance on the same thing because it's called differently to give you a different result.
Mm-hmm. And it's reciting. That's what I learned. Like, can you recite this? That's all. It's all school's memorization. Except I took one marketing teacher. She taught at Harvard. She came here, and her tests were not like that, dude. It was so hard. You had to think so, not abstractly, but if you couldn't just know a definition at all. Like, you had to know everything about marketing. So it was like why people buy certain things. Like, it wasn't just like,
let's start diving into the mind.
Like, yeah, what are the 4 C's and like that's simple questions. It's like, it was so hard, dude, and I fucking scraped by. Yeah. And it was like, and people were just failing because they couldn't think that way. They were so structured to, like, studying definition of marketing, definition, and that is.
She expanded your mind to a different level outside of the typical structure that school would.
Yes, and I was not prepared for it. No one in the class was. That's why I think we need to. I've been saying this for a long time now. As I think we should change the structure of schooling.
I agree.
I think it needs to be more hands-on, and I don't know. That's why I really liked my capstone class, which is like the last class you take, because all you do is study businesses and write about them. Mm-hmm. What they do wrong, where they fuck up, what they do right, why they do it right. And it's just mad case studies. It was like 8 or 10 case studies. And I thought that was most beneficial. Because I'm like digging into TGI Fridays. Like, why the hell are they called TGI Fridays? Like that kind of stuff. And how did people go different, Yeah. And that was something that was pretty cool, But that was my last class.
What was your favorite part of school?
The people. You meet a lot of cool people. Yeah. You really do.
Yeah.
And you do learn a lot, but you don't retain. I'll be honest with you. You barely retain shit. You retain the principles, but you learn you're slamming stuff into 18 weeks. You're just it's a lot to learn. And like I said, every semester is a different class. They somewhat build off, like maths will build off each other and econs will build off each other, but dude, you cannot remember. So like one of my coworkers, she's taking these classes, I'm like, yeah, I remember it, but like I'm afraid once we start getting into it, I'm like, oh fuck, like what was that theory, stuff like that. But did you ever take philosophy?
No,
I never did. Well, I took like an intro, not philosophy, but it was like an ethics class, and we talked a lot about like Freudian and like these thinkers, dude. And like these people were living how long ago and thinking, that was super intriguing to me. Is how the fuck do they?
What do you learn in philosophy? What's the point?
Is there? I don't know, because it's all just a constant argument. It's just like a constant argument.
I feel like philosophy should be like, be careful what you think because your thoughts control your life.
Oh, then that. But it should be though, because like, dude, have you ever noticed that like, if you wake up in a shit mood, you have a shit day?
Sure.
Like I think positivity attracts.
Of course.
And people don't realize that. Like, it's got to be happy, And I think we live in a world of constant complainers. Have you noticed how people just complain, dude?
So many complainers.
Dude, like,
there's some there are professional complainers.
Yes.
There's some people that are just professional complainers. And it's just what they do. I think there's actually a term. There's some crazy term used. It's like what the hell do they call like ASAP? What the fuck is that called?
I don't know.
It's college, right? Dropout. But it's a word that is literally a person that sues anybody for anything just to do it for fun.
Okay. Yeah. I was talking about
professional complainer.
Yep.
They're out there.
Do you ever people watch?
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Dude, I've been doing that more and more now. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
There's some funky people out there.
There's some interesting clowns, man. There's some interesting people out there.
I've been doing this more and more, and I don't know. I try not to be a judgmental person.
Right,
but it's hard.
Right. I've told myself the same thing. Look, you don't know if their mom just died this morning.
Exactly. You don't know, but
I try my best not to judge.
it's hard though.
But when you see somebody with like a girl with a spiked mohawk, 5 feet tall, around pink, like, wait a second.
You know what's been bugging the shit out of me lately too is there's been a lot of homeless people around my work lately, right?
And see me?
Yeah, dude. More and more and more. And it's sad. No shoes, half a shoe. I walked behind my building the other day, and this guy's been hanging around a while, right? And he was talking
To himself.
I didn't know it was himself, but it sounded like a full-on conversation, telling these fucking war stories and hooking up with these fucking Chinese prostitutes. And like, damn, this guy found a friend. I was all stoked for him, right? I went to fucking see by himself.
Yeah.
Right? And it's kind of like what we talked about, working backwards. And I said, what the fuck did this guy do to get to that point? Right? You know, what happened? If you could just rewind, I would love to be able to do that. Be like, you know, where was his turning point? Because it's sad, you know? Like, where did it all go wrong? Was it something he could control? Was it something he didn't? And that's like these questions with life. Like, you never know what can happen. And that's what fucking scares the shit out of me.
That's just, just being thankful.
Yeah. Because someone said, I'm sure a lot of people say this, but I've been hearing some more and more. It's like, you never know if you'll wake up, you know? Like, you never know. Tomorrow's never promised.
Of course, right.
And it's ringing more and more true to me now. Because do you think that when you're younger, like, you feel life's invincible?
Right.
Do you not? Like,
no, you do.
Dude, I had like an old picture of like doing biking dumb shit. I'm like, I wouldn't do that now.
No way. Not with a freaking kid.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, dude. The mind is wild.
I think that the brain is, like I said, the best gift that God's ever given us.
But it could be the worst.
But it can also be the worst.
Right?
You reap what you sow in your brain.
Yeah.
100%.
For sure.
You plant negativity, guess what? You're going to get so much negativity.
Right back out.
Dude, my parents watch the news. It just kills me. I hate the news.
Do you think the news is biased?
God. Not politically. I don't mean politically. I'm talking like, oh, grandma got kicked in the head this morning by a mugger on the street, killed 4 people. Now he's in your neighborhood. You know? It's just the crazy bullshit that happens everywhere. And they just, that's all they tell you. Because, dude, there's so much good happening in the world right now.
Yes.
There's so much good.
Yes.
But all you hear on the news is shock and awe and terror and horror.
Why is that?
Because it attracts you.
For sure.
It's like a moth to a light.
Exactly.
They get you
what
to
happened
watch it.
where? Right?
Exactly. They get you to watch it.
Yep. Who the fuck was it?
It's like dumping fucking poison in your brain.
Someone said that there was a bill passed where news stations could fuck, I can't remember the name of it. It's driving me nuts, but they could like advertise. They were like for profit or something like that. So like before they weren't originally like news stations, and now they became for profit. So now it's all just fucking view based
just
and
ratings.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
That's all, dude. That's I hate it.
Does the news not scare the shit out of you though?
I don't watch news. I don't even go on Facebook.
You know?
No, I don't go on Facebook. Is what it is. It's news. Dude, this person died. This person died. This person's sick. This person complaining about that. And like, dude, I don't want to see that.
And that's the first thing people watch when they wake up. You know, they're like eating their breakfast.
Hey,
like, and that's a way to start your day.
That's like reading the newspapers about 4 burglaries, 3 murders, and expecting to have a great day. It's not gonna happen.
And you're just thinking, what is this world coming to? You know?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
What the
There's
fuck
so much good in the world.
What am I doing all this for?
There's so much good in the world, but we're censored into seeing so much bad. Mm-hmm. Again, that's my own take.
No, it's mine too, though.
But
I think it's the truth.
I do too. There's
truth.
So much good things going on.
So I don't want to get off topic, but it's kind of, I don't know why this led me into it, but where do you see us going in 20 years? If you were to rewind 20 years
like
today, just human race.
Oh, jeez.
Because remember, like Back to the Future and all of like these movies, they thought we'd be flying cars by now.
Right.
How fast do you think we're gonna evolve?
Well,
like where can we keep going? At what point can they stop adding shit to this iPhone?
Oh, dude, I don't think anything like that'll stop. Technology will never go backwards.
What can they keep doing though? Because I'm about to get the new one, the 9. Yeah. What can they keep doing?
Here's my answer to that. You ever watch baseball?
Yes.
You ever see the craziest fucking thing in the world, and you just think to yourself, "Have I seen it all?" And the next week, you see the stupidest thing you've ever seen in baseball.
Right.
That's what I think. Like one day, I saw Yadier Molina block a ball in the dirt, and it literally stuck to his chest pad. It stuck to his chest pad.
How the fuck that?
Never seen that. I thought, have I seen everything in baseball?
Nope.
That's probably the craziest thing I've ever seen. And then last week, I see a pitcher throw a pitch with the ball still in his glove.
Get the fuck. He didn't have the ball in his hand.
The pitcher for the Reds. He literally, it's like he was in practice, taking a pitcher fielding practice, PFPs, right? He's literally like faking the throw with the ball in his glove. That's my answer to that.
Wow.
You think technology has done it all, and then they come up with something new.
Right.
And you're like, is this it?
Right.
And then they come up with something new. Is this it? They do it again.
You know, we lived during the dissolving of landlines, home phones.
Oh, dude, they're gone.
Right?
My mom still's like, we need one for earthquakes.
Right? Like, do you remember having landlines?
Yeah, dude, that's all I used.
Yeah.
That's all we had, dude.
Remember when Caller ID came out and we're like, what the hell?
Yeah. And the location.
Yeah, dude.
That's how I'd call my boys, dude.
Yeah?
Fucking, dude, you want to go play in the park?
See?
Hey, Mrs. Glover, is James home?
So, who the fuck told me? It was my friend. It was my friend, or he heard somewhere that, what the fuck was? Oh, one of his teachers brought in a floppy disk.
Okay.
And then one of the students was like, "Dude, did you 3D print the save icon?" You know what I'm talking about? Like, dude. And someone told me like kids are never gonna know what the fuck, why the phone on like the app looks like a phone. Phones don't look like that anymore.
Right.
You know?
That's true.
Like, dude, we're living in a weird time.
Yeah.
You know?
I just showed a house the other day, and there was a closet full of those VCRs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the big little box
Yeah,
container thing. And it was obviously the mom, my client, and her two daughters. One is 17, one is 10. And the 17-year-old was like, Hannah, do you know what these are? What is that?
No
That's
way.
how we used to watch movies.
Yeah.
How did you watch that?
Fuck. I remember. I mean, how old was she? 17.
Yeah, one of them's 17, the other one's 10.
So, oh, okay, yeah. So
The 10-year-old's like, what the hell is that?
that's Matt Ray ain't gonna know anything.
He ain't gonna know shit.
No, dude, and like,
He's hardly gonna know an iPhone.
yeah,
He's gonna have like some.
you had to
invisible
fucking
something or
use your fingers to text someone. You know, it's about like mind shit, maybe. You know,
Yeah. He's gonna be in an age where you literally think
right?
and it texts. Like you actually had to like type.
So I've been honestly considering vlogging lately, right? Maybe not daily vlogging, but vlogging, just
Right.
because even with the podcast, like this is gonna be saved, and we could go back and listen to this 30 years, right? And be like, so wouldn't it be cool to record so like my fucking great cousin can go back and like, what the fuck was he doing? Watch everything we've ever done.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of cool?
That's cool.
It's kind of scary,
Yeah.
but it's kind of cool. Like we could go back and listen to this and be like, man, Michael was fucking selling. He sold 15 houses last year. Now he sold 400 this year. You know, like
Right, yeah.
it's cool. It's like a fucking time capsule that we can always, and you can never do this in the past. Yeah, you
Right.
took those old stills, but now we can like, I don't know. You can literally go back and live these memories on, and that's what I love.
It's like living back in 2018.
Exactly. So that's why
When
with
it's like
vlogging, I think it'd be so
2070.
cool because people way down the line could watch what we were doing and how we were living. We try to do that now. We find an old photograph, we're like, oh, look at this, but
Yeah, we live through stills.
yeah.
Right.
And now we can live through fucking video and audio, and I think it's pretty cool.
That would be interesting.
That's why I've been seriously considering it.
You would do that to preserve
My legacy.
Preserve your legacy. Maybe give a lens into the past to your future.
For sure.
Interesting.
For sure. Isn't that? And I just heard this recently, and that's I'm like, this is kind of interesting. Like the power of what we can do now. You
You can do anything we want if you put your mind to it.
For sure. That's I'm glad we're doing it.
That's like so cliche, but it's true.
So we're at an hour and 20 minutes. I got some last minute questions for you. These are my off the rails interview questions.
Okay.
All right, you ready for this?
Sure.
All right.
Coffee yet?
Let me get a swig. Now I need a swig of water. All right.
A little water chaser.
Yeah. I still got to do another coffee podcast, dude. I fucking have tried so many new ones. I got to update these people. All right. Ready?
Coffee makes me squirt, bro.
It does. Ever? I was like, we should have coffee. You're like,
God,
nah, dude.
Coffee just tears me apart.
My intestines falling on my ass.
Oh my
Right?
God.
All right. You ready for this?
Sure.
All right. Start off with an easy one.
Okay.
The Habit or In-N-Out?
Oh, In and Out.
Why?
Just major.
Yeah?
You know what? I was talking about this with my girl Christy today.
Okay.
I was like, dude, I went to Five Guys the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Great burger, phenomenal. Burger, fries, and a drink, $17.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking, dude, I can get the same shit at In-N-Out for $7.64. Double, whole grill, animal style, pepperoncinis.
In-N-Out is the best fucking value. It honestly is. Did you get your peanuts from Five Guys though?
I did not get no peanuts.
I fucking hate peanuts. So
peanuts and burgers, let me tell you, great combo.
Are they?
No,
I don't like.
No, totally kidding.
Okay, I was gonna say, God damn, maybe that's why I fucking hate peanuts. Dude.
No.
So In-N-Out, that's good. That's been the most popular answer. Because everyone I'm interviewing lives here.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking said that to my family in Louisiana, and they're like, what the hell is that? Some burger joint?
Yeah, what the fuck is In-N-Out? Yeah. I saw a Shake Shack open it up today in Westlake. I ain't fucking going there.
No?
I ain't touching that.
Have you had Freddy's?
I think so.
Dude.
I think
it's like, I think it's an East Coast thing, and they have one in
off of Hampshire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah. I think I went like once.
Dude, I fucking love Freddy's, dude. All right, that's an easy one. All right, next question. This is going to make you think.
Okay.
All right. What is one smell you cannot stand?
One smell I cannot
You can't stand. I'll tell you what mine is.
What is it?
An old sponge.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Because that shit like sticks to your hands.
Yeah.
God.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, those are pretty bad.
You know what? It was probably one of the most disgusting cigarette experiences I've ever had. I went to Target to buy a new phone charger cord, right?
Phone charger cord?
The phone cord, right?
Yeah. Gotcha.
So this thing was on clearance. It was like a 10-footer. I'm like, dude, clutch.
Yeah.
You know? So it was like one of those durable ones. You know, it was on clearance for like $4. So I'm like, all right, shit, yeah, no worries. Slam this thing, take it home, and I open up the box, and dude, I got the craziest wave of cigarette smoke in my face. I was like, what the fuck is this? So, and I smelled the cord. The cord smelled like the craziest amount of cigarette smoke, like that lingering stained like cigarette
a fucking
smoke.
Casino.
A fucking phone cord.
Oh god.
So what I did, I was determined, I ain't gonna fucking return this thing. It's a nice cord, $4, whatever. Right? So I'm spraying the shit with Febreze. I'm actually like rubbing my deodorant on
massaging
this
it.
I'm rubbing in the deodorant, man. I'm spraying the shit with Febreze. I'm soaping this shit. Nail polish remover. I did this thing for 2 nights in a row, and it still smelled.
Damn, that's a pungent smell.
Dude, it was so disgusting. I said, I ain't returning this shit. I'm throwing it away and buying another.
Have you ever smelled fresh tobacco?
Yeah, I think so.
That oddly smells good, but as soon as you light that shit on fire, you know?
Well, cigars are like a different smell.
That's true.
Cigars are a different smell.
Like that, yeah, that's true. See, that's different. But once you light it, though, that shit is nasty. You're the first person to say cigarette.
Really?
Yeah.
What other ones have you had? Like shit.
Gear oil, transmission oil, like burning clutch, stuff like that. You know, so some of the.
Well, thank God I've never experienced any of those. So.
So we'll stick with your cigarettes.
We'll stick with my cigarette.
All right. If you could go back and live in one time period, what age would you want to be, and when would you want to go back to?
I would probably go back to when I was.
You can go like way back, 20s or you can go back as early as whenever you want.
I would probably go back to maybe 12.
Yeah.
Because I think 12 is one of those ages where you really start adopting outside forces, outside voices, and allowing them to become your own.
12?
Maybe 10, 12.
Damn, I wish I could remember what it was like to go back then. You know?
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't go any farther than 8.
No,
I wouldn't go any farther than 8. I would say maybe 10 to 12.
So Rise started jack off.
Right. Right when you find out what the little clear shit is coming out of your dick.
Exactly. That's when you want to go back.
But I think that's very important because, you know, like we talked about earlier, we adopt these voices and these perspectives and these opinions of people that are not us.
Right.
And we let them become us.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. I 100% agree. I don't know 12 though. I can't remember.
What would you do?
You know what? I want to say probably about 12. You're right.
Yeah.
Middle school, for sure. Before high school.
Yep. Because in elementary school, everybody's playing handball, right?
Yeah.
The only person that people cared about is like the best that handball. Who fucking the king of the court?
Handball was a shit, bro. Did you run the score or not?
Dude, I fucking slammed the court, bro.
See, that's a good one. I like that. You're the first person to say that.
What have other people said?
Some people said they go back like in different time. They go back in different time zones.
Oh, like the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
I'm not worried about that shit.
That's the fucking bad. There's people because they'd want to like live during that, but the thing is like that's why I say what age, because there's also like I say I'd go back to the 20s, be like a 20-year-old in the 20s, but then you gotta fucking live during the Great Depression,
dude.
But
the World War.
But you're possibly partying like Gatsby. You know,
shit.
It's dude, right. There's a pros and cons.
That's in the 20s, dude. You're on Normandy, bro. I couldn't imagine being 18, 19, 20, storming Normandy.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Beaches in Normandy.
Fuck.
So I'm saying,
talk about fucking eggs and balls, bro. Those women had some fucking eggs, and those dudes had some sack.
Oh yeah.
Unreal. Like, dude, you literally are running. If you're the first person to get off the boat,
I know.
Like, like, okay, I'm dying.
Yep.
Imagine knowing you're gonna die. Like,
you're no option,
dude. You're running into a wall of fucking copper and lead.
Yep. That's wild, huh? Like how? Can you wrap your head around dying?
Well, I mean,
I can't.
I don't want to,
dude. I can't.
I think drowning and burning to death.
Like
worst. If I want to die, you just make it quick.
Right.
Just call it a day.
Because there's some bad ways to go.
Oh yeah, trust me.
All right, next question. If you could go back in time and witness one thing happen, what would you want to go see?
Jesus.
Yeah? That's a very common answer. That's seriously a really common answer. That's what you want to go see?
This is one of the most... Again, I happen to be a Christian.
Right.
But imagine being around that.
Right. Most people want to go see if, like, what happened, like, if he really did what he said he did and stuff like that,
Imagine being around that.
I know. Would you be drawn to him? That kind of stuff. Like,
yeah.
See, that's a very common answer. Next common one is to go back and see how the pyramids are built.
Interesting.
Right?
That's interesting.
Even that's probably on my top one. Big. Okay, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah, how did they do that?
Right? No, exactly.
Like, what birds did they get?
See, that's the kind of thing. So, next question is, I don't know if you know a lot about mysteries, but if you could go back and solve one mystery, what would you want to solve?
Oh, dude. A mystery.
Yeah. Or it hasn't been solved. You want to know the answer to?
I have no idea.
None? If you're to guess. The most common answer has been, who shot JFK?
Oh. Okay, I see where you're going.
Right? Another common answer that's been said by 3 people is...
probably like 9/11 or something.
Who killed Biggie? Not even 9/11. That would have been smart. But who killed... Who killed Biggie? Who killed Tupac? Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Do we know who killed Biggie?
I had no fucking clue. Who killed Mac Miller?
Yeah, right. Shit. I think he did it himself, unfortunately.
Mac Miller killed Mac Miller.
Oh, God. But so you have no mystery? Someone else has said some fucking serial killer in Europe that I had no idea about.
Who?
So
a mystery.
It's hard, right?
No idea.
Nothing you've always wondered or pondered? It doesn't have to be like a murder mystery, but it can be any mystery that's unsolved.
Dude, you'd have to give me a day to think about that one.
Yeah? You got to keep this one for the podcast update. Then. You have to keep this question.
To be continued.
Yeah. Next question. I just started asking this just because my interest has been sparked. Is Bigfoot real? I need to know.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't think so either, but I want to believe. How cool would that be? You wake up tomorrow and like Bigfoot is caught. Would that not make you so happy, dude? Be like, are you fucking kidding me?
They caught Bigfoot.
Yeah, right? What? Like, there's so many unanswered questions on that because there's so many people like, where are the bones? And someone said, Les Stroud said this, and he, the Survivor Man, that dude spent a lot of time by himself. Now, he could be fucking crazy, or he could be the best possible person to fucking ask because he's been out there by himself, And he's like, well, I forget what state it was. They have like 60,000 fucking black bears, and you never just see black bear bones everywhere. Mm-hmm. So imagine there's 10 of these fucking things. So you're never gonna see bones, And you've been to the Sierras, right? In like the woods.
Yeah.
That's just too dense. You can't search that.
No way.
But there's so many like, how has no one took a real picture of it? Everyone has a phone, dude. It
I don't
takes.
know.
I swipe
don't-
up and I can take a
don't know.
picture.
I'm not buying in Bigfoot.
Right?
Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster. I don't know.
I would love it though. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like, do you see?
That would be, you know what? That'd be really funny. Well, remember they found the mammoth bones right up the road.
Yeah, I know. Literally up the road from here.
Yeah.
On this road I live on.
That's why they call it the Moore Park Mammoth
And
Highlands.
they're the Mammoth Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think there's aliens out there?
You know what? I tend to believe that we're not the only ones here. The galaxy's fucking huge.
Yeah. But have they come here?
Have they come here?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past anything.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
It's not really something I dive into a whole lot or like really put a lot of thought into, but I mean, I definitely, like I said, I don't think we're the only ones.
Have you heard the theory of the Greys? The aliens to Greys, they call them the Greys. And they call them that because they were saying, say we found a civilization out there. Would we send our smartest people to go look at it? Fuck no.
No, I'm sending a drone.
Exactly. That's why they think these Greys, these stereotypical looking aliens are.
Oh.
Doesn't that kind of make sense?
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, right?
That's interesting.
Why the fuck would we...
Well, you know what, dude? The Air Force recently released like some crazy footage of like some UFOs like flying around, and like they had the pilots on.
Oh,
like
the
an
Mexico.
interview.
Is it the Mexican ones?
Maybe.
Because there's...
No, it's not Mexican pilots.
Because there's a footage of that, of the Mexican Air Force flying, and something flies up right next to them, and then just
something like that.
takes
They're
off.
just gone.
See?
There's been some stuff of that where pilots are seeing some
Makes you think.
shit.
And they're the ones to see something, right? They're up there.
Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't put it like we're not the only ones.
Have you ever witnessed something that made you think like, what the fuck? Like, is like something you didn't recognize? You know, like a ghost, or you've ever had any encounters, I should say, of anything?
I've had certain encounters that made me
Question things.
I wouldn't really say question things, but made me think like, what's important?
Give me an example.
You know what? When I went to the movies and I watched the Mr. Rogers movie.
You love that shit. Dude, are you fanboy? Are you an advertiser for this movie?
You know what, dude? I am not a movie guy. I'm an athlete, right? I've always it's hard for me to sit in one place and just watch a screen for 2 hours.
For sure.
I'd totally rather go ice skate.
Yeah.
You
You're
know?
active. You like to be active.
I need to know who the fuck Mr. Rogers was.
Right.
My mom's like, hey, you want to go see a movie about Mr. Rogers? I'm, who's that? You don't know Mr. Rogers? I said, Mom, who's that? I sit to watch this movie. I'm like, I'm walking out of this fucking movie crying, thinking, what the fuck am I doing in my life, man? What's important? What is important in my life? You know, that's one example, very recent, but I've had I can't put my finger on a certain instance of, you know, kind of what made me just start to think, but I've had them.
Right.
You know,
I had something weird happen at work one time where I was there. It was about 4 a.m. I was off at 5, I want to say, right? And I was the only one there. And I was in my room, right? And I was putting shit away. And I fucking heard an auditorium door open and cocoon close. And I fucking ran out there. There was no one there. Freaked me out.
Were you the only one working?
Yes.
The only one in the entire movie theater?
Yes.
Oh, time to break out the gun, bud.
Right. And I thought it was a janitor because they're normally there, but they weren't there yet. Right. So I ran. I fucking checked the cameras and see anything. I was like, fuck it. And I left.
Did you watch to see if the door actually did open and close on its own?
It wasn't on camera, that auditorium door. I know. I tried. And one of my other coworkers had a similar experience where they were, so like they let the person go and they were, I'm gonna shut down the projectors and I'm taking off. Right, it was way earlier. That was like probably 2 or 3 in the morning.
Right.
And they're shutting everything down. And he said he had a feeling he was not alone. Right.
That's interesting.
And
yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been in a projection booth, but they're fucking dark.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just because you have to keep the lights down when movies are going, right? So it's dark and it's huge. It's super open up there. Like it blew my mind the first time. I'm like, dude, there's so much vacant room up here, right? Plenty of places for someone to hide. And he said he felt not alone. So he said it freaked him out that bad that he didn't finish shutting off the rest of the projectors and he just ran downstairs. He said I want to say he said he physically ran. I can't remember if he said he did or he wanted to.
That's trippy, yeah.
He walks out the lobby and he hears a fucking door slam. Not his door.
Time to go.
Yeah, exactly. And that
I'm done.
But it could be, it might, nothing probably was there, but something could have just fucking freaked him out, you know?
Yeah.
Because I've had it where I'm so tired sometimes and like,
You just start hearing shit.
yeah, even like, you know, I'll be hearing like, what the fuck was that? You know?
Yeah.
And living in a complex now, like when you're at home,
Right.
you hear something like, who the fuck is that? Here you hear shit all night,
Right.
You know? So that was kind of weird, but.
Well, yeah. I had my house to myself for a week, dude. I had my gun. All of them. Just
Fucking
like,
loaded on the nightstand.
I'm eating
right?
breakfast with this thing, you know?
Right though, like it's kind of scary. So I couldn't imagine going out and fucking being like alone in the woods. You know,
No,
your
dude.
mind would race.
Fucking bears.
Anything, any twig snapping.
Oh, yeah.
You think you're under a
that'd
fucking
be so
fire.
sketchy. And it could just be a fucking fly, for all we know. But it's so amplified in your brain.
So heightened. Correct. It's
know?
just absolutely correct. That
It takes, I finally started getting comfortable because I'm usually fine. I'm fine by myself.
oh, you scared, bro?
But dude, that house we moved into, fucking creaky as shit.
And you're not used to that.
Dude, there's stuff cranking here, creaking there. And again, I'm by myself. But you know the stupidest shit, dude, was it was like the week my mom found out, because we just got into this rental like last December.
Someone died in the house.
No.
Okay.
No, we wouldn't know. But no, she just discovered that the alarm system actually works.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like 11:45 and the shit goes off.
It's just blaring.
So I'm like, okay, fuck this. I'm grabbing got my handgun in my pocket, got
Yeah.
my shotgun here, like, dude, I'm
Fucking
walking through
arsenal?
the house, dude. I'm going SWAT, around the
You got your
corner,
flashlight, like tactical.
yeah. And of course, it winds up just being like a stupid sensor's faulty.
Right. Right. Was it? No, just kidding. Right.
Are you serious? But no, it's like everything is like usually everything is on like such high alert, when you're by yourself for a little while. But
For sure. Do you have to disclose if someone died in the house?
within 3 years, but
Do
you don't have to tell them how.
Oh, that's a gray area. Yeah, he was old
gotta-
and frail.
You gotta
blew his head off, right?
yeah,
Right?
he was old and frail, but somebody canned him.
Yeah, see?
Don't have to tell them how, but you gotta tell them within 3 years.
That's it. If they ask,
Gotta tell them.
what if they don't ask?
Gotta tell them. So there's part of a real
that's-
estate transaction is called disclosures, right? You got 7 days per standard contract to give them all disclosures, right? And the disclosure packet's like probably a half inch thick of just papers.
Who reads that shit?
Dude, well, you gotta fill them out. As a seller, you gotta fill a lot.
It's
of
like
them out.
iTunes terms of fucking agreement, right?
That's the homework of real estate.
Yeah.
Is disclosures. So there's a document where it specifically says, was there a death on the property within 3 years?
Oh, okay.
And you just check yes or no. You don't have to tell them how.
Is there no other?
There's no other. Don't have to tell them how.
Wow.
But I had one where I did an open house quite a while ago for an agent in my office, and he said, listen, if anybody asks if there's a death on the property or why it hasn't been sold, have them call me. I said, okay, well, what happened? He's like, there was a suicide on the property. I said,
See?
okay, yeah, I'm going to have them call you.
Yeah, you don't want to explain that.
No.
Then that will deter someone, right?
If they're not a coroner.
Yeah. Corey's not gonna give a fuck.
They don't go, fuck.
Dude, that's so good. All right, 2 more questions.
Okay.
If you were to eat only one type of food for the rest of your life, what type of food would that be?
It's either going to be between sushi or ribs.
Yeah?
Probably ribs.
Ribs, huh?
Fuck, big rib guy.
For the rest of your life, though?
Protein.
Yeah, sure. Mine, I think, would be sushi. Just for the health benefits. You know?
Fish. Those omega oils, bro.
But a lot of fucking nuclear waste in the fucking ocean now, right?
The what?
Nuclear waste, you know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah.
the shit leaking from China, that's all in your food, supposedly, you know?
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the nuclear power plant explosion from Japan a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's
Yeah,
leaking in the
yeah,
ocean,
yeah.
and they say don't eat anything out of the ocean
sure.
anymore. It's come all the way over here. It's a
Sure.
far distance.
I know. Shit,
What does it look like?
We're gonna die in 5
You know?
years.
So
That's
if you
what
were
we
to
worried
only...
about like a long time ago, though.
You and I don't know.
So far, we're still here.
So far.
But I did notice my eyes start wandering to the right a little bit.
Yeah. If you were to eat one meal, it had to be every day, all day. 3 meals a day, every day. What would it be?
You know, I have been known to eat ribs for breakfast.
No way. Ribs
Oh,
again?
dude, I slam
Are
ribs
you
for
kidding me?
breakfast,
Where are the
man.
best ribs from?
Ooh, the best ribs.
Baby back or fucking... Isn't baby back pork?
I think so.
Yeah. And then the other ones are fucking cow.
Like beef, spare ribs, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, I tell you what, dude, my dad
Say it
hated
again.
fucking ribs.
Yeah.
Fuck. My dad can slam some ribs.
For breakfast.
Dude, I'm Italian, dude. If it's food and it's good,
We're gonna
I don't
eat
care
it.
when it is, I'm eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, fuck. It's food.
Do you like Italian food?
I'm Italian.
I know, but dude, doesn't mean you have to like it.
Dude, big Italian guy. Just had
Too much pasta, dude.
what?
Too much pasta.
Well, sure. Pasta salad. Yeah.
Sure. Sure though, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of pasta.
Fucking a lot of pasta.
See what else is Italian. Lamb is Italian. You can make a very good lamb.
How I told you my lamb story?
No.
We went to make tacos.
Okay.
And instead of buying ground beef, we bought ground lamb.
Okay, I'm down.
Inevitably not the same though.
No, totally different.
It had an aftertaste.
Yeah, it's different.
I did not like it. When you're waiting for beef and you take a
Duh.
bite of that, bro. Shayna liked it.
Dog, come on.
I was
Bro, you ate lamb without thinking it was gonna taste different than beef.
Yes.
When was this? Fucking
It
2 weeks
looked
ago?
the same.
What
I know
was
it's a
this?
stupid
What
fucking
was it,
comparison.
2 weeks ago?
Dude. And now, is there anything you won't eat?
I don't know.
Like you won't try? I'll try almost anything.
I'll try anything.
There's anything you don't like?
I'm sure there is, but I really try and focus on the food I like.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
true.
I kind of forgot about the food I don't
Like if you ever go to eat somewhere and they're making that, you're like, fuck. You don't like it.
Probably chili.
Chili,
Yeah.
I got sick from chili one time, and I don't like chili. But mine is spaghetti, dude.
Spaghetti?
I've had
Really? What?
Dude, I've eaten so much spaghetti in my life.
You're just fucking over it.
Fucking over it. I'm over that. I'm just over the red sauce, dude. The fucking.
Bro, you gotta make some vodka sauce, dude, with shrimp.
Well, everyone makes fun of me because I'm like, well, of course ragu sucks. You got to add more shit to it. I'm like, well,
Alfredo sauce, pesto sauce.
I can't.
There's all
Too
kinds
much
of
cheese, dude. And lactose.
stuff.
Right?
Alfredo's
Isn't that milk-based?
Alfredo's, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think
It's like you with coffee.
right down the shit. Oh, fuck it. Coffee. Coffee.
All right, this is a question you don't have to answer, but I want you to.
Okay.
Have you ever shit your pants? Honestly.
Have I ever shit my pants? Jeez, now I'm really trying to think if I have.
Okay, so it wasn't a bad story then.
Do the runs count when you're like
But
9?
literally to your socks.
To my socks?
Yeah, like in your pants.
You know what? I do remember doing this. I think I was probably 5. I totally remember this. It was like so embarrassing. I was 5. I was at my cousin Lisa's house in the valley, and I was sitting on the toilet, right? And I was peeing. And
Painting?
Peeing. I was sitting on the toilet. I was peeing. I was 5.
Oh, I said painting.
Don't make fun of me. I was sitting on the toilet. I was peeing. I was 5. And you know the seat and the actual toilet bowl, like that tiny little gap.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I peed through that, and it fucking just slammed my. I had like gray sweats on, so there was
Soaked
no hiding shit. Dude.
Soaked him, dude.
Dude, just my dad's like, "What the fuck did you do?" I'm like, "Dad, I don't know what I did."
Jesus.
Just peed right through it, right onto my pants.
I pissed my pants in second grade.
Well, how'd you do that?
Dude, I had to fucking piss, and the teacher would let me go.
Oh,
And
fuck the teacher.
I just fucking pissed in my jeans, dude.
I remember
that shit don't dry. Denim fucking takes forever to dry.
Denim ain't quick. I remember I had one class in high school with one girl, and she like legit was asking maybe for 3 times to the teacher, like, dude, I have to go to the bathroom, like, right now. Like, it's serious. Like, can't go. Had her period.
That happened to me in 5th grade.
You had your period?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me. With this chick. Oh, man. At what point just get up and go?
Yeah.
That's me now.
Dude, fuck
If I had anything milk-based, dude, get the fuck out of my way.
Stalls are full. Fuck you, 5.
Bro,
I'm out, bud.
I kicked a grown man out of a stall one time.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God. I was 18 at the time. I had something. I was driving. I said, pull the fuck over. I ran into a smash burger, right? Ran into the bathroom. One stall open. It's not open. It's locked. Someone's in there. I'm fucking pounding. Buddy, you got to get the hell out of there right now. I am going to shit my pants.
When he scurried out. That's a good guy.
Dude,
you buy that
I
guy
told him,
fucking
dude,
lunch.
I'm shitting in the urinal if you don't
You buy that guy lunch, bud.
He couldn't, dude. By the time I was out, he was gone. Unless he was just sitting, eating his food. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Like, just probably on the phone.
Yeah. Dude. That was a bad story. But
that's tough, dude. That's tough.
It's just demoralizing.
Peeing is one thing, but dude, when you got to shit, that's why I'm grateful I'm a guy, because, you know, I could just pee anywhere, but, you know.
Do you know who Ari Shaffir is? Ari Shaffir, he's a comedian.
No.
He told the story of him going to Japan, and he went into the bathroom, and they have just holes.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
he said
he just opened the stall, and he's like, oh, fuck, man, this one's under repair. He went to the next one, same thing. He's like, oh, shit. So he's like, all right, how do I do this? Do I take my pants off? Do I just squat down? Like,
how do you do that?
Exactly. And he's like, there's nothing. I think he's like, it's worse to shit into your pants than shit your pants. You know, so if you're squatting down, you know what I'm saying, right. And you shit into your fucking pants.
That's funny. How would you do that?
I don't know. They have, I guess, handrails you can hold on to, but how do you squat down like that? I'm very uncomfortable.
You just shit on the floor.
I hate doing it. Have you ever done that? Have you ever been camping and have to shit outside?
Oh, yeah.
I hate that, dude.
Dude, I went to a Mexican restaurant in Newhall, and this is probably nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Oh, God.
But no, I went to this Mexican restaurant in Newhall, and it was just the tightest little bathroom in the world. Like, there was a urinal to the left of the sink, right? And the urinal was covered with, like, a fucking window screen. So, obviously, that told me this one's out of service.
Mm-hmm.
So then I just pee in the toilet, and right above the toilet it said, please do not put toilet paper in the toilet. Please throw it in the trash. I'm like, wait a second here.
Hold the fucking phone.
I was like, yo, Gar, like, did you go see that bathroom, bud? He's like, no, what's wrong? They said, dude, people, like, they're literally telling you to throw your shit toilet paper in a trash can.
Yeah, that's a very common thing in Mexico, because it'll clog the sewer systems. They have that poor running water.
That's insane.
So they just, yeah.
Sorry to whoever's Mexican. I didn't mean to offend anybody,
but why are they doing that now? You're in Newhall. I'm sure you have perfect.
Dude, I have no idea. I've never seen that. I didn't even know. I was like, dude, do they do that?
That's gross.
I guess they do.
Who's gonna change that?
Well, fuck, dude. They probably think we're freaks by flushing our toilet paper down the fucking toilet. Those fucking assholes gonna clog their fucking drains. Fucking Americans, fucking pigs.
I fucking love it. I love it. All right. Anything else you want to cover? Anything you think of?
No, I can't. I think we covered all the majors.
For now. I'm sure we'll think of other things, right?
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks again for coming on. It was fun.
Thank you for having me, man.
And all right, Adaptive Minds fam, thanks for listening. Go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram. The website should be up later this. The website. I'm gonna upload all my new stuff. I think I'm pulling it off of SoundCloud, but we'll see. But thanks again. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. I know the book, from the pain.